Now, from appeals for...
I think I have that one, Janella. From appeals for the reintroduction of the death penalty, issues with how bail is granted, to taking jabs at the court system, CARICOM leaders delve deeper into how crime is plaguing the region and what can be done to resolve it. It comes as Trinidad wrapped up the regional symposium earlier today. Kelisha Williams tells us more.
A suggestion from Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonsalves, as he reflected on how crime and violence have been affecting the Caribbean at the Regional Crime Symposium in Trinidad.
I'm a Roman Catholic. The Catholic Church preaches that we shouldn't have the death penalty. And my mother was a Catholic, Legion of Mary. She taught me that we mustn't have the death penalty. I happen to think that both my mother and the Pope are wrong. For crimes, for murder, other than a crime of passion, you should get the death penalty. I know the Europeans don't like that.
Dr. Gonsalves said the death penalty could be reintroduced to the punishment schedule of CARICOM countries if the court does not make it impossible to be carried out.
Everybody talks about this, but they talk about it behind closed doors. You don't hear it from a prime minister. Well, let us begin to talk about these things too.
Then there were concerns about judges in the Caribbean. Dr. Gonsalves believes the court system in the region is being controlled by criminal defense attorneys. He said individuals have the right to a fair trial and other constitutional protections, but
those constitutional protections cannot and do not mean that you must take a long time over a trial and give adjournments upon adjournments, and witnesses migrate and memories fade, and a lot of times you have to withdraw the prosecution because delay is part of the defense, and judges ought to know that.
And on the matter of law and order, the judges, we need to start rotating the use of judges and magistrates in the region to ensure that there is not the familiarity with counsel and other circumstances and the things that people take for granted.
Also appeals for changes to be made to how bail is granted in the Caribbean.
When I look at the stats, not just out of Bahamas, but in Barbados and all through the region, the people who are causing the greatest problems are charged with 2, 3, and 4 murders. Something is fundamentally wrong. So I ask myself 2 basic questions. 1, how are we going to deconstruct and reconstruct to meet the reality of this jurisprudential challenge development that is undermining the rule of law in our countries?
As the symposium came to a close, Prime Minister of the host country, Dr. Keith Rowley, said he was satisfied with how the conversation progressed, but underscored that the real work begins now.
This process is going to have to continue until safety and security are restored to the people of the Caribbean. Have to be.
Kelisha Williams, TVJ News.